YouTube, what is going on? Crowder here, and today we are bringing you the how to become a pro Call of Duty video. And what this video is going to entail for you guys is basically the path to becoming a pro Call of Duty player. I have so many people that enter my chat on Twitch at twitch.tv/Crowder that ask me, like, how do I even become like a pro Call of Duty player? What does it take? Where do I start? How do I see where I kind of stand in the pro Call of Duty world and all that? And I always tell them to go to one website, and that is GameBattles.com, and play the Challengers Cups. And a lot of people obviously don't even know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to make the most clear video for you to, kind of navigate the website. And then on top of navigating the website, I'm going to be giving you advice if you were more of an advanced Challengers player of what I think Challengers players actually make, the mistake of doing when they're practicing, and, some better practice tips. And then also just if you're a beginner, just where to start and, kind of how to build your way up, so on and so forth. So hopefully you enjoy this kind of content. If you guys do, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've been doing videos like this all year, and we don't plan on stopping. So hopefully you enjoy it. Let's get right into this video. First thing is first, we have to talk about how to become a pro Call of Duty player. And a lot of people, don't know where to begin. It all starts on this website right here. If you go to Google and you put in GameBattles.com, it will bring you to this website right here. It ends up being GameBattles.MajorLeagueGaming.com. This is the website that I started at as a pro player. And also this is the website that you will need to be starting at if you want to be a Call of Duty pro player as well. The step-by-step process of becoming a pro is basically you play in the Challengers bracket, which is like the amateur league or bracket or whatever you want to call it. And then if you do really, really well in those, eventually a pro team, like someone like me, or, someone that's scouting talent on the team. Usually it's like me for my team and a couple other people like Austin, Easy Mac, which is our incredible analyst, and other people, or just other pro players see you making waves in the Challenger scene. They end up, keeping an eye on you. And if you're doing really, really well in the Challenger scene, you end up getting picked up on the pro team and you sign that pro contract, and then you become a pro Call of Duty player, and so on and so forth. That is obviously much easier said than done, but that is the step process, is like kind of starting by playing Call of Duty, getting better at pubs, and, seeing that you think you're really good, you're better than all your friends. You start on this Game Battles website, you start playing free matches, which we will get into later, and then eventually you try these Challengers Cups out, and then you meet new people, find new teammates, and work your way up to the Challengers world until you're at the top of that, and then you become a pro. And it all starts on this website right here. So you're going to type in GameBattles.com or GameBattles.MajorLeagueGaming.com, and you will end up to a site that looks like this. You're going to click on Call of Duty Vanguard, and then you're going to go to tournaments. Go to tournaments right here. What's going to come up on your screen is all the Challengers Cups. These are the most important tournaments on this website. All the Challengers Cups actually start on December 4th, so you still have some time. That's why I'm making this video before it starts. If you're watching this before December 4th, you have some time to obviously, try this out. And of course, you have your regions. You have your regions right here on your screen, and we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty NA Challengers Cup, and that's where you want to sign up if you're from NA, depending on your region. Obviously, you cannot play in different regions, so if you are from NA and you try and play in that EU Cup, you will get in trouble. I don't recommend trying it. You will get caught. It's not worth obviously your time. Just stick to the region that you're playing in. Find a team of 4. You go to Call of Duty NA Challengers Cup number 1. You click on it, you create a team, and then make sure you obviously check in. You have to check in on the 4th as well in order to play. You can't just create a team and forget about it. So make sure you check in, then you play the tournament out, and then whatever you place, you accumulate Challengers points and all that stuff. And then at the end of the year, there is a Challengers Champs, which is seeded by, basically all the points you accumulate throughout the year. Challengers Champs, if you qualify for it, you have the chance to win a lot of money. A lot of amateurs have done really well, and then if you win that tournament, a lot of the time you get picked up next year too. Standy is a very good example. If you guys, follow the CDL, Standy is on Minnesota. He was basically the Challengers Cup demon. He won champs and then ended up getting picked up on a pro team, and now he's one of the better players in the league. So he's doing really well, and it all starts, from doing these tournaments. So this is where you want to be. You want to create that team, find a team of 3 or 4, and do your best to obviously compete, and then try and get better and better. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yes, right here, the path to pro, Call of Duty Challengers, that's where you want to be. Every time I explain this on my stream, people are a little confused. This is exactly how you get to it, and there is going to be a lot more than just one cup. There are cups throughout the entire year that you're going to be playing in, so if you miss this one, it does not mean the end of the world. You can still catch up and do your thing, but you want to play in these consistently so you can constantly get those points for better seeding, because if you have a worse seed, you're going to be starting off by playing against, some of the higher seeded teams, and if you're, more in the beginning stages of Call of Duty, playing against ex-pro players or top Challengers players is very tough, so you want to try and accumulate those points so you have a first or second easier round than, playing the best team in the tournament. But right here on your screen, that's what you want to do. And now I'm going to explain to you just a little bit of, if you're a beginner, where you should start, how to get better and stuff like that. And then if you were more of the advanced CDL Challengers player, I'm going to explain just like what I think players do in the Challengers world that I think they can be better at. And, you know, I think it can help you guys out. Hopefully, you know, it helps you. I'm not going to say that I'm going to change your life. You know, I'm not super special, but I'm just going to give advice because people ask for it a lot. So hopefully this helps you out. And let's talk about those beginner steps. Okay, so if you've made it this far to the video and you're on the beginning side of stuff, you know, and you really want to just know how to, like, you know, test where your skills are at, you're at the right place. A lot of people usually start by playing Call of Duty. You're playing your public matches and you have a higher KD and you feel like you're better than your friends. You know, like you're the big dog of the group. Everyone's, you know, telling you that you're the best player on the team. And the competitor in you is, you know, really saying, like, you know, where am I actually at? Am I good enough to be pro? Am I on the right path? You know, and you want to try stuff out, but you don't know where to start. You go here. And what I would recommend to start off before anything is you play GameBattles.com matches. You go to Call of Duty Vanguard. And now we just talked about the tournament section with the Challengers Cups. You want to do the ladders. And what the ladders are is basically duos. You can play squads. You can play so many different GB things. What you want to do is the pro world is 4v4. You can obviously play 2v2s and 3v3s if your team of 4 is not on. But 4v4 is what you want to do. And you want to play squads North America. You want to play these matches. And you want to just see where you are at. And like you can see on this ladder right now, I'm looking at a bunch of different teams. You have all of these teams. Like this team's 100-0, right? So they're pretty good. So if you were to hit 100-0, you would think, like, you know, you're definitely doing the right thing. Maybe you want to step it up and, you know, try and take it to the next world of like the CDL playlist and all that. And in these ladders, what you end up playing is you can play matches that are actually CDL rule set based. And that's where you can, you know, simulate Call of Duty professional rules that the pros play against each other and see, like, yo, like, you know, where am I standing at and like how am I playing against other people that are also trying to do the same thing. If your team starts off and, you know, you go 0-5, obviously, you know, you need to improve and there's other stuff that you need to work on. But if, you know, you start winning some matches and you start becoming more competitive, you start watching VODs and just trying to get better and you go over strategies and all that stuff. That's kind of what I did when I was younger. You start getting better and better and then you start remaking the team and all of a sudden, instead of starting down, you know, 1-5, you're 3-5. And all of a sudden you're 5-5, and then you remake the team, and then you start off 5-4, you know, and then you start off 5-3, and like you just get better and better until the point where all of a sudden you find a team that's like 10-3, and then, you know, you start like kind of working at just like trying to become the best Call of Duty player that you can be with the teammates that you can do. And then when you think you're ready, play the Challengers Cups. I would recommend playing the Challengers Cups either way, even if you're getting absolutely bodied, just so you're staying consistent and just seeing like what you can get better at. But this is where I would start, is all these ladders right here. These are free to play. You do not need to pay any money for this. You don't have to do anything. This is free practice against other people that just want to become better Call of Duty players. This is where it all began for me and a lot of other players, and this is where it should begin for you, in my opinion. So then next up, if you actually do get past, you know, this ladder portion and you want to still see where you're at, but you don't know if you're ready to play against the best players in the world yet, you can go back to that tournament tab that I showed you guys earlier in the Call of Duty Vanguard world, and it's going to look like this again. A lot of the tournaments that people play in, where a lot of, like, you know, pro players that came out of nowhere come from, is the search and destroy scene. And the search and destroy scene is really good. You play these tournaments. Some of them are actually free entry tournaments, which is really nice. And then also some of them are just going to cost like 10 credits per player if you have the money and the budget for it. You can obviously buy into these tournaments and play against some of the better players in the world. Players that play the ones that you have to pay for are going to be very, very good at S&D. And S&D is probably one of the most important game modes in the Call of Duty professional world. So very important to be good at S&D, and if you start winning these tournaments and you're doing really, really good and you dominate these ones and you meet new people and you find new teammates and, you know, and you network your way, you know, to the top of like some of these other players that are really on your level, then, you know, if you got these down, then that's where you know, start really, really scrimming and practicing and playing other game modes like Hardpoint and Control, depending if Control is in this year, hopefully. And you will find yourself doing very good in Challengers. So this is probably the next step from those free matches, is these tournaments and also wager matches. Wager matches are not necessary, and I'm not saying you have to do these to be pro. Do not take it like that. But wager matches are also held on Checkmate Gaming. I'm not going to go too far into those, but that's where you can put up like $1 of your own money, and like everyone puts $1, and if you win, you get $2 and you made $1. You could play some people for some money. You don't need to do that to become the best, but a lot of people do go down that route, but that doesn't really matter on that sense. It's just playing against better players in any competitive atmosphere is going to be your best bet to, you know, become a better player. So for the beginning side, I would start on those free matches, and I would start in some tournaments if you can obviously afford it, and maybe even try the free entry ones and to see where you're at. And then if you start winning those, maybe you try some more Challengers Cups and all that. But obviously, find a team of 4, find 4 of your buddies, and see who's dedicated. And there's going to be a lot of people that you meet along the way of your path to pro that aren't on the same wavelength as you when it comes to your work ethic. And like some people just don't want it as bad as you. Some people want it more than you, depending on obviously what you want out of this. And then, you know, you got to kind of make decisions like, yo, I know these are my 4 friends, but 2 of them don't really care that much. Maybe we have to find 2 people on another team that we just played that seem like they care a lot. Let's try and collaborate with them and make a team of 4 that will be a little bit better and obviously work a little bit harder Again, it all starts to what you want out of this personally. But yes, that is kind of where it all starts. Hopefully this like beginning part of this video really helped you just like get a grasp of like where to start if you want to even try and become a pro Call of Duty player. And then the last part of this video is a little bit more for the advanced players. We can get into this really in depth in a whole separate video if you guys want. Again, if this video does well on this channel, I will continuously do more and more of stuff for the beginners, for the more advanced players, and really make it in depth. Right now, this is a very basic video. I know I'm not giving you crazy information, but I definitely will do more of these videos if you guys want, if it does well on the channel. So make sure you like this and please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to, you know, do this kind of content at all times for you guys. But yeah, if you were more of an advanced CDL player, what I would recommend, you know, doing is if you're playing in these CDL tournaments and you're in these Challengers Cups and you're in like the middle of the pack or, you know, at the top of the pack, I think the biggest thing I've noticed in the Challengers world is a lot of the Challengers players, man, a lot of you guys that might watch this video have really good gun skill, man. Like I watch you guys play against some of the best players in the world in some of these search and destroy tournaments and other stuff and even some scrims. And like, it's not the gunfights that really separate you from the next guy as much as it is more of like the just learning process of how to become a better team, a better teammate, and just a better team overall to start winning. A lot of people in Call of Duty think that winning is just Call of Duty, just getting kills, and like if you outslay the team, you will win. And I can tell you from coaching my team personally, we've done a lot of outslaying before and lost, and also we've been outslayed before and won. I've won myself on teams that don't slay heavy. I've also lost on teams that do slay heavy. Like a lot of it doesn't come down to how much you slay. Yes, that is important, but a lot of it is teamwork, communication, being a good teammate, and just improving every day that you actually scrim, like using your practice to actually improve. I guess the best way I can explain this at a basic level, again, we can go more in depth about this maybe one day if you guys, you know, like this kind of content. When you practice, like, are you just getting on and just going through the motions and getting off? Like typical Challengers teams and typical pro teams get on, they do 2 or 3 scrims, and they get off. The people that seem to be the most successful in the pro world and the Challengers world is the ones that do the extracurricular stuff of like, it's not necessary, but it really is necessary. And that's like watching VOD, which just means video on demand of like your scrims, like you record your scrims and you watch it and see what's going wrong. You watch your own gameplay back. You watch pro teams actually play the game and see what they're doing right and try and implement it into your own game as well as that. Like I feel like a lot of people don't do that nearly as much as they should. And then a lot of what the Challenger scene becomes is players that are just running around and trying to get as many kills and like showing off to like people that they have a lot of skill. But winning and having a lot of skill gets people's eyes on you a lot more than just losing and having a lot of skill. I promise you. Obviously, it doesn't always work like that. But if you win the Challengers Cup champs and you were doing really good on that team, I promise you, pro teams will have their eye on you more than the next player that's not winning as much. That is really important to show off wins as well as obviously your own personal skill. And I think the biggest thing for that is making sure you're using your practice the right way. So what I would recommend when you guys are obviously practicing out there, if you were doing team scrims, if you can have someone sit in Codcaster as like a coach and record, just so you can have that gameplay up for yourself to really review and see like what the other team is doing to beat you or what you were doing to actually beat this team and why it's working, to like, you know, make sure you're doing that over and over again is super important. And I would watch, you know, like 30 minutes to 45 minutes of that before scrims. Get on a little bit early and just watch that and see like what you need to work on as a team. There's going to be a specific area of a hard point that you're not very good. Like for example, say you're playing like a hard point in like the third hill, you just keep getting smoked on, you just don't know what's going wrong. Watch it over and see like what other teams are doing. Maybe they're getting there before you. Maybe they're playing better spots. Maybe their setup is just better in general, or there's no gaps in the setup. Like there's going to be something that you can pick up on that you're probably not doing that they are doing that is really, really helpful. And then the worst case scenario, if you really can't figure it out, go watch a pro team play that actual hill and see what they're doing. Are they getting there at 35 seconds or are they getting there at 25 seconds? Are they getting there at 15 seconds? Are they early rotating or are they late rotating? Are they rotating all this way? Are they rotating all to the left side? Are they actually spread rotating? Like just see exactly what trends you can pick up on the minimap to really help you figure it out. And if you can do that for like 30 minutes a day before you scrim and actually have a plan of what you're trying to work on when you scrim, you will actually try and take steps forward and more forward and more forward until you actually become just a better team overall. That's probably the step one of just, you know, learning how to win as a team and learning how to play as a team, is figuring out what you can do better as a team. And I wouldn't recommend this just go by one person. If you're more in the advanced section, you should be doing this as a team together and getting everyone's opinions of like, yo, like, why are we not good at this hill? And then someone might say like, yo, we're not good at this because of this. And someone might have the other opinion. Hear those opinions out, have a conversation about it, and figure out the best compromise of what can work. And sometimes it's going to be a compromise of like, yo, I don't think you're right. and he doesn't think you're right, but you try both ways and see which one is better. Like sometimes it's like, yo, let's all rotate right. Well, I don't think that's going to work. Try it. It's team scrims, you know, you might as well try it. And if it gets shut down, try your way. If that gets shut down, maybe try and find a different way as a whole. Just stuff like that and conversations like that as a team are going to take you probably to the next level a lot more than you probably even know. I think a lot of people don't practice the right way, and I think that actually really holds them back. And then on top of that too, being a good teammate and showing up on time and having a good vibe to yourself of making sure like you're not being, you know, negative and bringing people down with you is also really important. But we can get into that in a whole separate video. I don't want to talk on this video for, 40 minutes. I really could. About this topic, I can probably talk about for another 3 hours if I was live on stream right now. So if you guys want more of this, please comment below on what you guys want to hear about, and maybe I can get around to it. If this video does really well on the channel, I will do sections like this all the time to help you guys become the best COD players you can be in the Challengers world, in public matches worlds, in war zones. It does not matter. I will be there to help you. So I'm going to end it right there. That's some of the advice I can give you for now. Some of the just how to become a pro player, where the challenger scene is and all that stuff, just to give you a very, very basic video of how to become a pro and the path to pro. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you guys did, like this video, subscribe to it, share it to a friend, and if you want more, comment below on what you guys want to see next. I swear if this video does well, I will do more of these. This is some of my favorite things to talk about for you guys on Call of Duty. Is how to practice, how to get better, and how to push yourself to that next level. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you guys did, again, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, it's been your boy Crowder, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.